Hi, I'm Mike Violette with Espresso Engineering, and we're here at the 2012 IEEE EMC Symposium. I'm glad to be here with my continuing co-host, Graham Kilshaw with Interference Technology. Graham, great to see you in Pittsburgh.
Mike, great to be back in this fair city. Thanks for inviting me along.
And this fair city has seen its ups and downs, but it's definitely on the up. And you can see that in the vibrancy, the energy of the city. We're here on a beautiful day at Three Rivers Confluence in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So Graham, let's talk a little bit about the show this week. What do we expect to see?
Yeah, it looks like they got a pretty full program for the next 3 days. You see the signs of the times developing, you know, when you look through the program of the EMC Symposium, and this year's really no different. Mike and I were just talking in the elevator. There's a couple of sessions this year on smart grid protection, IEEE stuff. It's really interesting to see that happening. You only have to look at the news last week from India and look at the brownouts they had in DC back in early July. So
still fresh in
sessions
our
like
minds.
that.
Yeah.
You must have enjoyed that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to keep the lights on this week for sure.
So those are good to see that those topics stay on top of the current times.
You know, it's also great to see is the continuing patronage of the exhibitors and the vendors here in interference technology. What's the sense on the street from when you talk to your clients? How are they?
I think it's really a solid, stable business here, the EMC industry, as far as the business goes. I took a walk around this afternoon. You're still looking at around 100 exhibitors. It varies from year to year, but this is a very stable industry. It's not in decline, it is mature, but you still see new names every year, and that's a sign of also of a vibrant industry. So it's good to see.
It's good to see the innovators coming up with new products, old technologies a little bit, new solutions, new challenges.
Yeah.
I see some awesome demonstrations on computer modeling and simulation techniques.
You know, it's interesting you bring that one up, because I was looking through the program again earlier today. I think this is another sign of the times. I counted 17 different sessions on computer modeling and analysis this year. And if you look around the exhibit hall, I think there's more software companies here than I've ever seen.
More and more.
Yeah, what do you make of that, Mike?
Well, I see that America continues to be an innovation nexus, and although it's always been bespoken that we're losing our manufacturing base, I think what we're doing is replacing that with a complementary innovation base. And you see that in offshoring as well, where the designs, they're being made here, but the products are being made offshore.
True.
But they're still being conceived of here. We're still a leader in that sector. And
I think Pittsburgh is a really good example of that sort of vibrancy and intellectual capital in the United States. Here's a city which 30, 40 years ago people had written off. And now if you go look at Pittsburgh on Wikipedia, you see it's really a center of excellence for electronics, technology, biomedical, finance. Yeah. It's incredible what they've done with this city in 30 years. And you see it just driving here from the airport.
They've kept the heart too, because the Heinz Corporation is still here. So there's a lot of these companies that know Pittsburgh, they belong to Pittsburgh, and they continue to be committed to it.
We just don't wear our Phillies shirts when we drive into Pittsburgh, that's all.
Well, thanks very much, Graham. Do you have anything else you want to share with our audience?
I got a couple of interesting bits and pieces on the interference technology side. We'll be announcing this week one of our first ever events in China in conjunction with Microwave Journal. So the two publishers have gotten together. We're pulling together our RF and microwave audiences and our EMI audiences. And EDI is Electronics Design Innovation Conference in Beijing next spring, so watch out for some more information on that.
I'll be looking forward to another excuse to go to China for me.
Yeah, like we needed one.
Like a thin one. But
like
anyway.
We needed one.
So we've got a great show this week. We'll be bringing you a number of interviews with some outstanding exhibitors and companies. We'll also be talking to the people and personalities in the EMC industry.
And speaking of personalities, just to close up, I read a very interesting piece in here this morning. It says Mike Oliver, who's the chairman of this year's show, his favorite place to go in Pittsburgh is the Strip Center. I wonder what that could mean.
So, we'll be there. We'll take you there.
We'll be there tomorrow.
Mike Violette for Espresso Engineering.
Graham Kilshaw in the purple shirt for Interference Technology.
Thanks, and we'll see you online
tomorrow.